morning.
It's so great to be with you here today. I'm Muffy.
I'm Chrissy.
And today we are going to talk to you about a verse from the Beatitudes called, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." But before we get to the story, we want to do our Bible verse with you, which comes from Psalm 19 and it's verse 14. And let's see if we can say it together. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Let's do it again. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Y'all are doing a great job. And so I want to tell you also too a little bit about the season of the year that the church is in. Can you remember what it is? We didn't talk about it last week. Did somebody say Pentecost? It is Pentecost. And Pentecost runs for 50 weeks. And so it starts right after Easter and it goes all the way up to Advent. And this week, it is the 19th Sunday after Pentecost. So we're somewhere, around in here. So anyway, and now I'm going to turn it over to Chrissy.
Today, we will join a huge crowd of people following Jesus. He sees them, he sees their hurts, and he helps them in many ways. He leads them up a mountain. Let's climb the mountain. Remember, there are many ways to climb. You can hike. You can use a rope to pull yourself up. You could use a rolling wheelchair. Or you could scale the mountain climbing it with a friend.
Ooh.
How do you want to climb up the mountain, Muffy?
I think I want to go with you, my friend.
Okay, shall we scale the mountain?
Let's scale it up.
All right, you all decide how you're going to climb the mountain. All right, have you decided? Okay, let's go. Whew. That was a climb.
What a workout.
Okay, well, here we are. Let's settle our bodies and sit down and get quiet. And when Jesus took the people up to the mountain, he talked to them and taught them. And what he taught them is here in the Bible. So I'm going to read to you what Jesus said. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So, Jesus said, blessed are those who are poor in spirit. What do you think poor in spirit means?
I wonder what that means.
Well, when you hear poor, what do you think?
I think if a person is poor, I think that they don't have any money, and I think that they can't do things because they don't have money to do things. That's what I think.
So, in Jesus' time, the government demanded a lot of taxes, and if you couldn't pay your taxes, they would take away your land
That's not very nice.
No. And so a lot of the people that were following Jesus were poor, and they were also poor in spirit because they were worried.
Yeah.
They were worried that nothing would get better. So, and maybe things could even get worse.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't like it when that happens.
They did not feel blessed.
Yeah.
And maybe you have felt this way too.
Yes.
So Jesus says, blessed are the poor in spirit. Jesus takes what we know and turns it upside down.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. So Jesus says that to have true honor and belonging, that God's kingdom will belong to the poor, the ones without. And we can show this with our bodies. If you take a fist, your hand, and you make a fist,
Mm-hmm.
well, a lot of people think fist, this is strong and power,
Yeah.
but your hand is closed.
True. It is closed.
Can you receive anything?
No. Not with a closed fist.
Now, if we open our hands, we can receive.
You're right. We can.
So this is a way to remind us that when we are feeling poor in spirit and worried, we can pray to God and open our hands to receive His blessing, and He will give us more, way more than we can ever imagine for ourselves.
Wow.
So,
I like that.
yes. I hope you liked that story.
I did like the story. I hope you did too. And now, Chrissy and I are going to give you a blessing. So a blessing is something that you receive. So open your hands like you're ready to receive a gift, and we'll speak a blessing. And when you receive it, take it and put it in your heart. You are blessed whether you feel happy, sad, or angry, or afraid. Amen. And now I'm going to tell you about what our craft is for the week. We're going to be making a coping wheel. But first of all, I should show you, we've got some coloring pages for you to do. So we've got this one that says, blessed are the poor in spirit, with some questions that you might want to talk about with your family. And then we have a nice big coloring page that I think you all are going to enjoy as well. So have fun coloring with those. And our craft this week is called a coping wheel. And the reason why we decided to make a coping wheel was because when you are feeling down and out and not really sure, and overwhelmed with life and not really sure what to do, what we thought is we would make this coping wheel. And what you do is you take a paper plate and you divide it like a piece of pie, and think about, so this wheel has to do with me. When I get overwhelmed, I start doing things too quickly. I don't really pay attention. I do things too fast, and then I end up messing everything up, and it really stresses me out. So on my pieces of the pie, I've written several things. I've written slow down, rest, because sometimes I need to take a nap. Walk the dog, because that's always good to get some exercise. I've written down a healthy snack, because if I eat something that's not healthy, it doesn't help me, give me good energy. So I put down a healthy snack, and then I also wrote down make a list, because sometimes when I make a list of things that I need to do, it's helpful if I forget what I need to be doing. And then the other one is my breath, because I thought about how we've been doing our meditation, sitting still like a frog, and I really like paying attention to my breath, and it does help calm me down. So Oh, and then the last thing I put down was hydrate, and that means to drink a lot of water, because when I get dehydrated, I can't focus. And so what you do when you're feeling out of sorts, you take your coping wheel and you spin. It's a little bit hard to spin the spinner upside down, I mean like this, but you spin the spinner and it will give you an idea of what you can do. So let's see, I just put walk the dog. I think after we chat, I'll walk the dog. And now, oh, did you have anything that you wanted to add about what might be on your coping wheel?
Yes, you know what I really like to do when I get upset is I like to say a prayer to God.
That's a great thing. I'm going to add that to my coping wheel too. Praying to God really does make you feel calm, I think.
You can talk to him about your problems.
You're right. That is such a good
help.
one. That is such a good one. I really like that a lot. Thank you, Christy. That's a very valuable one to add to our list. Prayer. And now what we're going to do is I am going to lead us in the meditation of sitting still like a frog. So when you hear the chime, get ready. I am going to teach you to sit still like a frog. All you need to do is to sit with your back up straight. You can stretch your legs out, or you can cross them, or you can sit in the chair. You can close your eyes if you want. You can half close them or keep them open. I want you to make yourself comfortable and do what is comfortable for you. Frogs can leap great distances and they can croak very loudly. But did you know that they can sit still for a very long time and do absolutely nothing at all? It can be difficult at first to sit still like a frog, but once you practice, you get better at it, and soon you'll get used to it. Like a frog, you can sit as still as you possibly can. Sitting still like this can help you feel calm. Your legs are still, your arms are still, your bottom is still, and your head is still. Now, while you're sitting still, you might notice that some things seem to move, like maybe your finger is moving, or your bottom is moving, or maybe your eyes are moving. But that's okay, because the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. But you know what else is moving all the time? And that's your breath. So put your hands on your belly. Take a couple of breaths and feel your belly moving up a bit and down a bit. Up a bit and down a bit. This calms you down when you're paying attention to your breath. And now, like a frog, you are sitting still. Try doing a couple of breaths on your own. You're doing a great job. When you listen to your breath like that, it can be very helpful when you fall down and hurt yourself, or you're tired, or you're angry, or you just want to rest. You might want to practice sitting still like a frog tomorrow, and I hope you do. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Muffy.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes.
And now, Chrissy and I are going to lead you in a closing prayer. So if we want to put your hands out, like Chrissy said, to receive the prayer, or you can fold your hands. Loving God, we open our hands, we open our hearts, and we open our minds to your loving Spirit. Thank you for promising to fill us with what we need and to give us hope when situations feel stuck. We trust and depend on you. Amen. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
I know it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed learning all kinds of new things. So take care, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.